Godly, I'm stuck in some kind of labyrinthine insanity. How do I get out of here? So you could be forgiven for thinking that I'm in Stratford or something, but no, this is where Katie lives. Yo, hello. This is a little bit late, I realise, technically. When I say technically, I mean by several days, so arguably that's not so much technical as just quite expansive. But, look at it this way, I was ready to make it 2 days before the deadline. So I like to think in a way, I was kind of ahead of schedule. Sort of. There's stuff in here that I wouldn't have been able to show you if I hadn't hesitated. What you've just seen is me going to meet Katie at Katie's house, but why was I going to Katie's house? What was the purpose of this? The purpose of this was to meet Katie before we went and met, well, we had food, and that's good, because food is nice, and I like food. And I walked all the way there from my place, which took about 40 minutes, and I was ill, which was arguably makes me foolish, I guess. But anyway, so I went to Katie's, we had food, she made me soup. Isn't that nice? Like, proper old-fashioned looking after someone who's illness, which is a sentence. But then, after the food, we went to go and see a play thing. That wasn't a play, because it was a musical, but it wasn't really a musical, because it wasn't staged like a musical. Overuse of the hands. And we met Marlon when we were there, because she couldn't come earlier because of looking after small people. But the reason we went to this musical is because Maureen Johnson on Twitter repeatedly tweeted, "Come, come, come and see it." And Maureen Johnson's awesome and hilarious. So I said, let's do it. So we bought tickets, and we did. And two things happened. The first was we did indeed find Maureen Johnson. Now at this stage I have to point out it wasn't a theatre, it was really, really dark. You're lucky I got as much footage as I did. I had to delete about 2/3 of the footage from this because it was just too dark. I've left in some of it which still looks as though it's too dark, and you're going to go, "That's really dark, Stephen, I would have deleted that." But I swear to God that was the brightest footage, not the bit that I'm about to show you, the bit after that with singing in it. But that has singing in it. That has Marlon singing ABBA songs in Swedish for Maureen Johnson, because Maureen is a massive ABBA fan, and you can just make out Maureen dancing excitedly in the background. So yeah, that's this. Hello there, we're in theatre. Maureen Johnson's over there.
Leo, we found her! She's over there, we found her! I found her! We all found her! We all found her!
Sing!
Okay, so this is the only bit I can remember this weekend. Ring, ring, call at the store and sing up. Ring, ring, yes, all the time.
As for the musical itself, it was actually awesome. It was called Gutted, the musical, and it was basically about a woman who goes on a murderous rampage. But it was hilarious. It really was very funny. Just very, very tightly written. A little bit more coarse than it needed to be, I thought, in some parts. And perhaps the actual music itself. Great musicals. But I thought the writing was good, and it was very funny. Shut up. Okay, and so finally, the thing I'm going to show you now, as a sorry for being so late, so I'm going to show you footage from my class on Tuesday, when we got this exercise at the end where because it was Robin's lessons, right? And Robin is alternative theatre, so anything that's unusual and different in theatre. And he was teaching us, you know, all about how to use newspaper in new and interesting ways.
5 minutes to finish up now.
No, we can't make a horse in 5 minutes.
Oh, it's just gonna like a TV.
What? We can't make a horse in 5 minutes.
Is it a horse?
Yes.
It will be.
Bonnie the hell table.
Got main.
It's no.
That's a platform for the body to go on.
This is university.
Yeah, you know, $3.5 a year, I guess.
This is what we're paying
Do you want to
land for.
Do you want to rant to the camera, Stephen?
Huh? What?
Do you want to rant to the camera?
Yeah, you know, $3.5 on
I have a rent.
the course, and I'm
So I'm sure you'll agree that was a new and interesting way to use newspaper. I do have footage of actually what everyone else did, but who cares about that, right? And here is the thing that was going to be a horse, but then none of us are artistic in any manner, so it doesn't look like a horse. I did keep calling it a dog. It does have little ears, but to be honest, now I think about it, it looks more like kind of like a warthog of some kind. That's its tail. It's a bit shit, really. Yeah. As my flatmate pointed out, it has Think Again written on the side, which is quite appropriate. That's probably what we should have done. We should have thought again. You know, if this had bigger ears, it could be a puppy-sized elephant. I just thought of that. And that is the end of this video. Goodbye. No, it's not the end of this video. That was a complete lie. I lied to you, Leo, because that's a kind of puppy-sized elephant. That's a dog, horse. Nearly fell off. Anyway, I lied to you because I'm a lying bastard of a. Shut up! Jesus, these people dying all the time. Okay, so the other thing I was going to say is that Katie was talking to me, and she had a little bit of a rant. It could have been that I'd previously attacked her with washing up soap bubbles, and that could have made her lose her cool. That implies in any way she has any cool. But we were talking about this channel, and she started off with a compliment. She said, "In real life, you and me are very exciting and interesting and hilarious." That was nice. But these vlogs sometimes fail to communicate that. That's not how she said it. She was a little bit harsher than that, because she's a harsh human being. And I know she's watching, so I'm just exaggerating the meanness just for fun now. But she was saying we should be more interesting, basically. So in an attempt to do that, I think we need to rant more and get more of a between us going. So I find with us that sort of builds, and you can't just necessarily leap into that. So I'm going to start with a question, and you're going to answer it. Can I use that? I might have to beep that out. Did I beep that out? That's not the question. The question is, would you consider getting laser eye surgery? Because this channel is called Bespectacled. Is that a frame? That will be on the yeah. Bespectacled men. Meant to be just bespectacled gentlemen, of course. Top of the morning. Top of the morning to you? That's not gentlemanly. Whatever. We need little hats. Anyway, point is, I kind of would. Like, I know people talk about glasses and how awesome they are because they're part of our geekiness, and our glasses make us cool in a kind of non-cool, geeky way. But I don't know. What do you think? With glasses, without glasses? I think if I could afford laser eye surgery, I'd do it. And I'd love to talk about why, and rant about that, and body modification, and what that is doing in the modern human society, and all that blah. And I think that's fascinating. And I'm basically setting up my video for next week, but I want to hear your reaction first, and I can't make it till you've made it. So go for that. Nice talking to you. I will see you whenever. Bye.